Greetings. Welcome. This is Daphne Garrido. This is also Of Darkness and Light. I want to talk about my schizophrenia today because I feel the need to. This is the thing. I've been on a cycle of asking for help and calling forth new people to witness what's going on because it's complicated, because it's nuanced, because it's horrendous and hard to imagine, and because people have a lot of doubt they project towards trans women, period. And I am very schizophrenic, but in a completely controlled way, and people don't understand it literally. It's like not understood. Because there are people out there like me who have gone through significant trauma and their mind has changed, but they live in privilege and they've had the time to rest and they've just kind of become a Zen master, right? But I'm telling you, schizophrenic people on the street whose bodies are making movements even when they're not on hard drugs, all of their addictions, the ways they lash out towards people, the ways that they are lost in their heads to communicating with anyone in a sane manner, is the same person as me without the tools to heal their body, who's undergone a spiral into the depths of not understanding what's happening to them, of knowing that everyone's wrong, of being trapped inside and not being in control of their communications at all. They're sitting back and watching words come through. And when you are not healed and in full acknowledgement of the truths of your body, what comes through is filtered by that trauma and all that misunderstanding. And when you're being actively traumatized, atop all of your body and psychic trauma, it becomes a feedback loop which sends people into spirals towards straitjackets who are still salvageable without medicine if people were to listen to someone like me, who's deciding to be honest, who's deciding not to just sit back and be like, okay, I'm going to pretend I'm not schizophrenic. I'm going to pretend I haven't put it all together. And I'm just going to be a meditation instructor that everybody's like, wow, they're so good. I could do that. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to bypass the truth. I'm here to save people. And we have schizophrenic people being genocided all over the place. I am still feeling like a victim of cultural genocide because no one's helping me appropriately. But I'm so put together that now I'm in a unique case of gray area, slip through the cracks. I can't even get help from people because I sound so well put together and I can't manifest. That's the thing is earlier, months and months ago, I was reaching out to people because I've been doing this. And it was obvious, okay, this person has trouble communicating. They're really stressed out and locked up and all over the place and they can't focus. Clearly a schizophrenic person. Now today I reached out. And if you're following, I had reached out to Adult Protective Services in Washington to find out that they're a pretty much completely defunct organization in terms of actually helping people. And then I was going to call Northwest Justice Project, and I can kind of do that anytime, basically. And I decided not to for myself because my executive dysfunction needs me to make choices that balance the horror I'm living through out every day. And I'm figuring out the right way to do those so that I can still move towards progress. It's a balancing act because my balancing act would literally be ended if somebody came forward and presented themselves as like a permanent ally who is going to help me feel like I have family and help, and a friend or one of those things, because then I would just be relieved from the way that I've not been made to feel that. One person basically has, and they're not going anywhere, but they are struggling to get by, and they have a busy life, and they're like, we're going to have a call on Thursday or Friday this week, and we're going to talk about stuff, and I'm going to have them really help focus on getting the next round of my medication and like break down what we need to do together, because I'll need to do stuff as well. But it's like, that's hard for me, because I'm on hormone medicine, and it's the most important thing other than my home, I suppose. It's more important than my home, because it's my body, which is my home. And I've only ever been at home since I've transitioned with estrogen and progesterone. So when I run out of progesterone, I get really ornery. And so I have some backup supplies of the estrogen, but my progesterone's getting low, and I'm afraid because it makes me feel more balanced, a little more at ease. And without it, my anxiety gets ramped up a little more easily. So I want to talk about how I'm schizophrenic, because right now I'm talking to the camera and I'm very focused. I'm looking at my own eyes. I'm looking at the clock. Sometimes I'm just flowing, right? When I'm moving about my apartment, I'm usually doing some kind of task that is not being completed very well. And I am also thinking about stuff in my mind. I'm also usually running, kind of like subconsciously accepting the running of simulations based on things I've put into the world. So if I've sent somebody a message earlier, or I have posted something, my subconscious will assume people reading that or seeing that, or watching my video. And I will have things come out of my subconscious that are like manifestations of unknown personalities feeling things and thinking things about what I've put in the ether, right? And it's accompanied by emotion. And my best guess of what is really going on is that I genuinely feel emotions when I'm being focused on directly by a human being with their own heavy emotion. But I have no means to figure out what it is other than if I have like direct proof, or it's like a singular feeling, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, I think I know who that one is. But it's also a possibility that I have to hold open, a pretty good, I would say it's 60-40 in my head. It's like 60% of me is like, I really feel shit, and then I just kind of fill in the blanks and make it up most of the time, and I'm wrong a lot, so I just let it all go. There's 40% of me that's like, okay, well, there's also a chance that I don't choose when the replay happens, but it happens based off of my subconscious's estimation of when that would happen. And so I'm receiving something that's completely manifested from my subconscious as a creative play of some other personality engaging with the thing I've created. And I could consciously set intentions to stop this, and it would probably stop. Sometimes it gets stressful if I've done too much, and I just go take naps. And so that's what I do most days, is take a couple of naps during the day. Those are like my favorite parts of the day. Because I just grab my body pillow and snuggle it to death until I pass out for like 20 or 30 minutes. And sometimes I sleep for hours during the day. I just kind of like sleep when I need to. But that's how I manage my schizophrenic symptoms, is I know it's not real. What's not real. I know what's caught between real and not real that I can't really judge. And I'm honest about how I feel and believe. And then I breathe and let go of things. But when it gets too busy and it starts stressing me out, I lay down. I lay down and I snuggle something. And that's what's up. That's how I manage it. And then I do art therapy, and then I make these videos where I talk about my art, and then I see what's going on with myself. And then I unpack the parts that are metaphor. And I'm like, hey, wow, that was beautiful. I wrote a story about a god and a goddess being born into these people. And it's just about like two people owning different parts of their expression, right? Like there's different ways to unmythologize my mythology, but that's the thing, is like, I don't ever get into the part where I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm really a god, dude. And that's how I know I'm not delusional. It's like I let it all pass, and I'm like, that's interesting. And then I immediately go into the process of like, where's the metaphor in that? So that's what's up. But then also I want to explore something. I have infinite personality disorder. I have infinite personality disorder. Except for it's not a disorder, it's a superpower. It's what a schizophrenic person like me can do. I don't know who other schizophrenic people are like me. But I can do this. So I have a bunch of characters from my stories, right? Let's see how they manifest in me when I just call on them from my subconscious. So like, I'm just gonna talk to my subconscious now. I'm gonna start calling people forward from my stories. It's like, oh, it's like already affirmative, big time. Okay, yeah, no, it's having me do this. Like, yeah, I didn't choose to record this video. I'm moving holistically through my life as a product of executive dysfunction, seeking help in the way my body is demanding I get help. So it wants me to show this. And I'm like, okay, cool, this is gonna be fun. And when I write, it's like that as well. But then I kind of come back with my mind, and I do layerings. I go over and over and over things, and I play with my subconscious. So, all right, let's just do ladies for the most part. Let's see. Let's just go with Mary from Mary and Jesus. Yeah, it's hard to talk, dude. She's not much of a talker. Let's try Vicky Darkblood, dude. Okay, let's go to Poe. Okay, let's go to Rory. Let's go to Iris. Well, Iris is cute for me. Let's do Hyde. do Riker. Those were boys. Let's do, I don't even know how this one's gonna go, because let's do no, sorry, I was gonna say Hatchet. I don't want to do Hatchet. That's, gosh, let's do Yars, dude. I don't like Yars. That's why I haven't written in his head, dude. I don't know what's going on with Yars. I don't want to know. This is not my vibe, dude. Let's do Echo. Echo's insane. Oh man, I love Echo. I love Echo so much. Echo loves Echo, dude. Echo loves Echo. She's insane, dude. I'm gonna get scared. It's not gonna be scary. Let's do Semblance. It's just like the worst Echo ever, dude. Let's see, what else do we got? I did two boys. I did Hyde and Riker because they're fun. Let's do Lauren. Oh yeah, I know who that is. Okay, let's do Ulysses. This one's hard. It's like I can't really let him in. I can't. I have to put on music and just channel like breaking bones words. It makes me want to smash the floor. Like I want to just start smashing stuff. Let's do Elliot Harper as best we can. This is hard to let in too, dude. Yeah, dude, I can't really do Elliot. But I am doing Elliot at the same time. Let's try LoJack, dude. I can't do LoJack. I can't do LoJack. It's an artificial intelligence. It's more than a human. Okay. What else do we have? What have we been writing lately? Let's do Janet Meadows, dude. This is not who I thought it was when I was writing. I know this bitch. Janet is the worst. I love her, dude. Okay. Let's do Miss Underworth. Oh, that's the saddest feeling I've ever. I'm just noping out of that, dude. Nope. I am not Miss Underworth, dude. That is a dark time to be a trans lady, dude. That's a sad character. I can do Miss Underworth. Let's do Miss Underworth. It's a pretty earnest expression of holding what it feels like to be a trans woman without like a fiery warrior energy. Yeah, she lets too much happen to her. She doesn't fight it enough. She's kind of caught in a trap of holding on to privacy, even though she doesn't have anything she needs. So she just kind of holds her little ground. She's like the saddest woman in the world. Okay, what else have we been writing lately? Let's do Gloria, dude. I can't do Gloria. I'll do Gloria. I can't. I literally can't. Gloria is insane. No. Oh no. Yeah, I can only write Gloria, dude. I'm kind of, yeah. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna skip out of Gloria as fast as I can. Let's just go back to Vicky Darkblood. I haven't even thought of this character forever. Cora. Okay. Cora's hot, dude. I'm so hot for Cora, dude. Okay. It's hard to switch out of that one. I don't know. Woof. This is from Terror from the Deep. Cora. Lethal, Lady Lethal, dude. Nira. Nira's not well. Okay. I'm going to try and find one more good one to do. Let's do, I have no idea how this will go. Arthur. Okay, I like Arthur. Yeah, I like Arthur a lot. It's a rock. Okay, Miriam. This is me. That's why it's Miriam in the middle. It's because she's the character I wrote in the first novel I ever wrote, and I have written it that way intentionally. Every character, every story I ever write is written in canon as a fixture of Miriam Halifax's creative works created while traveling the galaxy as a justiciar. And her own stories are hilarious, especially sometimes. I mean, the Justiciars is one of the saddest things ever written, but it's also has a layer of comedy in everything because they're her journals. And she is being a strange storyteller for her own story. And it's a joy. And then in Miriam in the middle, it becomes some of, I believe, the best unreliable narration ever written. Because you can tell when she's joking and when she's lying. And it's just so obvious that she's making tons of shit up when she is. But you want to believe it. And you know there's something true to it. And you know the heart is exactly who they really are. And that's who I am, is Miriam. In terms of my characters, my name is Daphne Garrido. I do not have multiple personality disorder. I have schizophrenia. And I'm a badass with it, dude. So it's different. Um, but if you are somebody out there who is able to help me, Cora's here, dude. I can't even be Cora, dude. I'm just like hot for Cora. Okay, all right, have a good one.